Hey Flosstube, welcome back to Basic Stitches. I'm Jorden and I'm on Instagram at JordanXStitch.
And I'm Jami, and I'm on Instagram as JamiXStitch.
We missed Saturday. I don't remember why. I was busy all day, I guess. But also I didn't have anything to show.
I had a little bit, but it was okay to wait for you.
But now I have something to show. So now we're doing a video. But we won't be doing one this coming Saturday either, because from tomorrow night until like next week, we're super busy.
Pretty much.
So,
well, yeah, we're going to Bear Lake as a family on Saturday.
We have a concert tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Friday, you work.
Monday, we're going to Cherry Hill.
I didn't know that.
I thought Janalyn told you.
Nope, wasn't invited.
You can come.
That's fine. I wasn't invited.
Oops. We just have lots of plans for the end of the summer.
The look in your face, you're like,
I feel so guilty right now.
You're turning red. That's funny.
So this past week, what have you done?
I worked a full week. I worked, I took Saturday and Sunday off. I had the weekend off, but I worked 45 hours during the week. And I did a little bit of stitching and did some chores and things around the house. Just kind of a normal week. Nothing real wow. But other than I just worked a little extra. My dog's being noisy. Sorry.
I can hear.
Yeah. He was scratching on the floor, rolling around.
This past week, we dressed up as cows and went and got free Chick-fil-A. And then went to a wedding and got free Slurpees. Not at the wedding, but that night after the wedding.
Or 7-Eleven day or whatever.
Except we didn't actually get free Slurpees. We paid for them because we showed up after the Slurpee time. But we got the big ones instead, and they were delicious. And then I had a baby shower for 3 of Alex's cousins that are all pregnant right now. And then his sister and her husband hung out, and we went to the pool and stuff. I went to the pool like 4 times this week in a row.
Tough life.
Because, yeah, my life is real hard. I worked a couple extra shifts, but I ended up just cross-stitching. So, really, my life is hard. But, yeah, I didn't have a super crazy week until today.
Today was busy.
I spent all morning shopping for finishing supplies, and then finishing, and then taking pictures, and then other stuff.
Fun stuff. Okay. Oh, my dog. Come here. He wants up. He wants to say hi. Ooh. Oh, he made it. He can say hi. He doesn't ever look at the camera.
He only does if the kids are on the other side.
Yeah, he does. Okay, what? I also went to a baby shower. I forgot about that, but anyway, that was my week. Not exciting. Yeah, I did to jump into my stitching. I want to show my stitching first, because if you show yours first, nobody will care about mine.
Okay, but we do have a couple questions.
Oh, we do. I forgot. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. Oh, and we'll do questions first. So, Soccer Mom 2001 asked how many strands of floss we used on the jar for chock-full.
And on everything, it was 2, and then the blue for the jar was 1.
Yeah.
And some people did 2, and I was planning on doing 2, but didn't, because the people who did 2 the white didn't show up as well. But for the little like details and stuff, I did 2 strands. It was just the actual like glass that I did 1.
And I did the same. And that's what the instructions said.
Yeah.
And so we just stitched as pattern called for.
And I think the other, or at least I think Harvest is also 1 strand.
I don't think I have that in front of me, or else I could look.
It's in my room. Oh, I forgot the big thing that I did this week.
What was that?
I put up my shelves.
Oh, they're behind you. You did
actually,
put up your shelves,
two
and
big
they look
things.
fantastic.
So there's that shelf. And then that one. And then it's stubborn. One up there. So they're just all 3. They're really close against the wall. Over here, there's like less than 1/4 of an inch between them and the wall. So I can like rest things against both walls in the corner. And then we're gonna get some other stuff to add to the decor. But I got my shelves up.
That's fun, because then you have your display place, or one of them.
Yeah.
A main one. Oh, I was looking for chocolate to look, and I don't have it in front of me. It's over in the stash across the room, but I'm pretty positive it's one for that as well. I'm assuming. Chrissy B asked where we got our scroll frames, and I don't have that in front of me either. I'm assuming she's talking about the scroll frame that we have Stars and Stripes Forever on, and it's the little scroll frame that we got from embroidery.com, and it was part of the I Love to Stitch challenge that they did in February. That was our prize. So, but they are
the
available.
Easy Stitch frames, and they're available for purchase on embroidery.com. And they have tons of different sizes, and then you can choose between the tape and the webbing. We both have the tape that has Velcro that you use to attach things. But I know the webbing is really nice too. It holds the tension really nice.
Like drum tight if that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
So they're nice. I do like them. So, and that's from embroidery.com. That was bad. So those were the questions. We did have other comments that were for the giveaway, and we'll do that in a minute.
I was surprised how many people actually aren't doing Jolly July.
I know. I thought there would be more for some reason. A lot of comments were no, they had enough from Mania, or just they had enough other whips, or they didn't have time, or just, yeah.
I was going to do Jolly July, and then it's July 17th, and I haven't even started it, so.
Well, I will show what I've done for Jolly July right now. No, we have the other thing, the retreat.
Okay, do you want to talk about that now?
Go ahead.
Other exciting thing that happened this week, I met Debbie from
Snug Harbor Crafts.
And sorry, my nose itches. She's super nice. She's exactly like she is on their videos. And I need to stop assuming that people won't be. Because like we're pretty much ourselves in videos.
We are, this is us.
And everyone else that we've met so far is pretty much just how they are in their videos. But it's always like, I think it's because I feel like I kind of know them from watching videos, but I don't actually know them.
That could be
it. It was really exciting. She's really nice. We got to chat about some of the different retreats because we went to the Midwest retreat. She just got back from StitchCon, so we just got to chat, and it was really fun. But also, she and her daughter, Kath, are doing a retreat here in October. And it's
The same weekend as the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat in Minnesota.
Yeah, which we're not going to the October one. I know we both
I
really
wish.
want to the spring one again in May. But all four of us are going to the one here in October.
Yep.
It's the 17th through the 19th. They have a wait list, I know, but they were kind of waiting to see like how many people paid their deposit and everything.
And then they'd open it up if need be.
Yeah. But we're really excited for that.
Yep.
Especially because it's close. So it's
I know.
We don't have all that far to travel. It's less than 5 minutes away from me.
It's an hour and 15 minutes away from me. Hour and 20. And we're booked. We've all paid. We have our hotel room. Like, we're ready for it. Like, it's ready.
Yeah. If you want info on their retreat, I'll post stuff below in the description of the video, because there's still a wait list that people can get on if they want to come.
Yeah. Well, the deadline to pay is the 25th, and today's the 17th.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's going to be within this next week that they're going to be able to say we have more spaces or we don't, or, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that a big part of why she is doing this retreat is because there are so many back east, which there are. Like, looking at how many retreats people go to and stuff, there are a lot back east. And there are even some like on the West Coast in like California and stuff. But there's not really very
well,
many.
There's been some in Texas and I know Arizona, but like up here.
There's the Shepherd's Bush one that's here.
Mm-hmm.
And that one we looked at, but it was like really expensive when we first looked, especially for not having been to a retreat and not knowing.
The only thing
if
about
it
the
was
Shepherd's
worth it.
Bush thing that's different is multiple designers go versus a designer, or you know, it's multiple, the big name designer, like Plum Street has a design.
Last year I think they had Blackbird as well, and
Brenda Gervais has been there. Like it's multiple of a lot of the designers we all love.
But where we hadn't been to a retreat yet, we didn't know that it was worth the money, which most of them, at least from what I understand, are totally worth every penny. Right. We didn't want to spend the money on it, but they only do it, I think, every other year.
Yeah.
So they're not having one this year, but Debbie really wanted to do one in Utah so that people, because there are a lot of stitchers in Utah.
We keep Shepherd's Bush alive. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like Shepherd's Bush has been alive and well for years and years and years. 123 Stitch is based here, which is cool. Like, that it's pretty local, but they also have their local pickup thing.
That's what I was going to say.
A lot of people actually use that for that to be an option.
Right. And embroidery.com.
Yeah, embroidery.com is here.
And they also have the pickup option for local.
But then there's also the Pine Needle, that's Pine Mountain Designs store. And there's another one that I heard of down by Provo, and I can't remember what it's called. But like, there are a lot of stitchy places around here. Plus there's a lot of like quilt shops that carry a little bit of stitching stuff.
I found one in Brigham. I didn't know there was one in Brigham. There's one in Brigham. Anyway.
Yeah. So like, we have a lot of stuff around here, even if some of them are small, but it stays in business. So there's got to be a lot of stitchers around here. So she really wants a place where like we can all meet and become friends and everything. So anyone, I think, from wherever is invited to come join. But
obviously, yeah. And it's not too far. Farmington's not too far from the airport. It's maybe what, a half hour, 40 minutes?
Bad traffic, I would say 45 minutes.
Yeah, from the airport. So it's to fly in. It's not that bad either.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. So we're all going. We've got our room booked. We've got our fees paid, and we're all set to go. I'm super excited.
It's very exciting. Okay, now we'll go on to stitching. I'm going to show mine so that all of you will
pay attention.
See it, because as soon as Jorden shows hers, I know you'll all be shutting off the video and going to that. Anyway, so I have a finish. It's not a fully finished, but it's a stitched finish. And it's from my Jolly July, and it's the Heart and Hand Merry Making Minnie Merry Christmas. I haven't, can I tell you how funny it is? I haven't even taken this out of the plastic it's in. Because one, I figured it was protected, and there's the bare covering pattern. But like, that's all it is. And I can see through, like, and I'm like, oh, it's protected. So anyway, so this is my finish. I obviously changed the colors. I did the licorice red for the red, and then I did the really tealy for the blue, and Jolly Holly for the green. I wanted a little green on it, and I couldn't figure out where to put it. So anyway, that's why I did the bow, the green. And then Blackbird, I want to say. Is that brown? Black? Anyway, so that's my finish. This is the original, and that's mine.
Cute.
And in person, the variegation is in it really well. And I did it on the French lace, the 16 count French lace Ada. And then the next one, I did just a tiny, tiny bit. And I have all my flosses here ready for it. But I started Heart and Hand, and it's with the Christmas cheer. Everybody's seen this one by now. And I started this one last Sunday. But all I did was an outline. So, and I'm using some of the same colors. So, because I'm using kind of the same color palette on all of them that I do. And I've got it all together in one craft bag, you know, and yeah. So, I mean, I need to work on this one more. But I did more stitching. Let's see. I wanted to have this one done before Jorden did something, but
it
this
kind
is
of a race.
Yeah. But, you know, you're home.
I was trying to beat Grandma.
Your work, you actually stitched. If I could stitch for 45 hours a week, I would have it done.
I mean, I only work 18 hours a week. But
yeah. So Firework Lane, and this is the stitch along for Firework Lane. Hashtag Firework Lane on Instagram. And I had to put it on the big, well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to. So that's as much as I got done. I had it on an 8x8, and now I have it on, no, sorry, an 11x11, and now it's on the 11x17. And you can not see the white. I started the white on the house, the last house right there, the windows. But I have done all the fireworks, I finished the little bit I had to on the eagle. I did the tree and the grass and started over here. So, but to this tree point, well, to the end of the words over here, this is complete. So I have one house and that little bit right there. So it's not too much. I'm still going to keep going just until it's done. Getting it done. So.
You need to.
Yep.
Because I may have promised Michelle something when you and Janalyn are done.
There's 5 or 6 or 10 Michelles.
Maid Moose Mom.
Maid Moose Mom is who I was assuming, but I was like, wait a minute. Because I know Farm Girl loves goats. That Michelle, Rudy, she had also bought the pattern and liked it. And so I was like, wait a minute, what Michelle?
I think it was Tara that made the comment while we were at the retreat that if you yelled Michelle or Jennifer, every single person would turn their head.
Kinda. There's a lot of them that are stitchers, which is great, but
yeah.
But what was your promise to Michelle?
A different stitch along when you're done.
Oh, okay. I'm hurrying. I'll work on it. And I started that little one on Sunday for the Jolly July,
Mhm.
but then I put it down and I did more stitching on the Firework Lane. So I kind of haven't done as much Jolly July. Obviously, I've done one, and you saw that little tiny start, and it's the 17th.
Yeah.
So my Jolly July is going great. It's fine. I'm not like stressed. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'll work on them.
I mean, you got to finish. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Right?
I have one more thing to show. Do you want me to show this before you show yours?
Your buckets?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was a big thing. I have pictures on my phone. I should text them to Jorden and have her insert them in the video because it's kind of scary. The disaster my living room or family room was. I had 6 bins, the cubes, and I had bins of stuff I was going through and organizing and putting it all together. And the mess got worse before it got better, and then it got fantastic. So this is the cube bins. You can see how much is in that one. It's actually a little bit more in there because I have all the little ones up in the front. This one is for autumn/Halloween, Thanksgiving, which the fact that I have an autumn, because then I have a summer /4th of July, spring/Easter, and winter/Christmas. But then, so those are for the bins. But then I also have not figured out what I'm going to do with these. So this one is my monthly series. And you can see it's even more full, but half of them are laying down in here. So I could split those up and put them in the seasonal ones or whatever, but I didn't want to because I want to keep them all together. And like this one has 3.
Especially, I think the ones that I can think of right away that would make it really difficult are the square dance and the year of celebration.
Yeah, because that's
all one pattern. And so that's why for my monthly is just a different
section. Well, and so that's my monthly, and it's deceiving because there was more in there than what you kind of could see because the way they were laid down. But then this is the bugger. This is the biggest bin. The seasonal series.
Oh man.
So I didn't break them up into seasons. So the other charts that are in there are just Halloween, just Thanksgiving, just kind of a thing. Or if it's an autumn one, but I don't have a whole series, I'm not doing a whole series kind of thing. I just have the one that I put it in autumn. But this one is all my seasonal series. And some of these are started. And some of them aren't. Oh, here's my chock-full. I actually had that in the seasonal. And so I can look on that one. And so I've got like all the flosses and everything with it. So that's why I put it in the bag in there. But yeah, so that was a big thing that I did last weekend. On the Saturday, we didn't film and I did that and got it all organized and put together. And I'm very happy with how everything turned out. I think it'll be easy for me to know if it's in seasonal or if it's a monthly, or just pull out the season that I want to stitch.
Yeah.
Of the other.
But for the most part,
okay. So to answer the question from earlier on chock-full, because I just got it, the deep fennel blue, which is for the jar, is also 1 strand on this chart.
Okay, I think that'll probably be the case with all of them. But
well, I like it because it gives it that see-through-ish.
It makes it look like a little more glassy.
Yeah.
Even though it's cotton.
Yeah. Like I just like the finish it gives it. It works really well.
Yeah.
So pretty. So and this was in the front of that one because it's going to be a new start.
But with your boxes, the way you have them set up, if you're looking for a specific pattern, there's only going to be one of two places that it can be.
Right.
Because if it's winter, you know it's going to be in either the winter box or the seasonal box.
Right.
If it's 4th of July, it's going to be in there, like in the summer box. Like you'll know where
to find it. It should be easy. Well, so then in the craft room, the closet doors open and there's the closet rod, up high for like long clothing, and then there on the other side there's the two closet rods, and then down the middle, because it's just a normal standard closet, it's not like a walk-in, but then down the middle it has a section and it has shelves, and there's 5 shelves in it, and these cubes fit perfect in those shelves, even with having the extra stuff. So I have 1 extra cube, but I have shelving I've put in on the tall side because it's the craft room. I don't put clothing in there, so I put other shelves in there, just those plastic you get at Home Depot for $20. I don't know. And I just set the other bin on that one, but then on that shelf I also have my box that I keep like my DNC floss, and then the big bin that I got for all the fancy floss, and it's all just right there. So I like it. So that was a lot of work. I did do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I have nothing else to show. It's all on you.
So I have stitched on one thing and one thing only for like a month. And it's also been like summer, so it's been busy. And I've still stitched a lot. And like I take my stitching with me pretty much everywhere. And I've had multiple times that I've been places and people have been like, why did you bring that? And I'm like, just in case. They don't understand.
Right.
But I finally finished a thing. And I haven't shown it for so long. But I finished it. So this is Haunted Hill Road.
You're covering your mouth. You're harder to hear.
This is Haunted Hill Road. There you go. So because of the camera, it's not hard to see in person, I promise. But this says Boo right there, in like the tail of the ghost. And I think it's because the fabric right there is a little bit lighter. And then it's with the white. But like in person, it's not hard to see at all. It's in my Etsy shop now. It's already up. Several people have already bought it and they're really excited for it. This is the stitch along that I had told, because I posted on Instagram and Michelle was like, is there a stitch along coming? And I said, I'm going to let Jami and Janalyn have a little bit longer to finish Firework Lane, and then we will.
Yeah. I'm going to bust it out. I'm going to be done and we're going to start it.
The variegation.
And Michelle's a fast stitcher, so she'll finish it first anyway.
Yeah. The variegation and everything is really good in the colors that I picked. And like you can see like in the moon.
Do a good close-up of that, of everything, because it is so cute how it turned out.
Yeah, I'll just like scan it across the screen in a second.
Okay.
Anyway, the colors that I picked are really great, but I can't take all the credit for them because most of the colors that I picked for this came from Priscilla's Halloween thread pack.
It's on Needle Case Goodies.
Yes, from Needle Case Goodies. I don't know if it's been restocked. Last time I checked, it was sold out. But give credit where it's due. Priscilla did help out, at least in that little aspect with this, of having a great thread pack.
Color choices.
So all the colors have really good variegation. And it turned out so cute. It's like exactly what I wanted it to be. So I wanted to say the thank you to Priscilla for the inspiration for the colors. And then I wanted to say thank you to Faith Foley, I think was the last name. for the inspiration to stick a witch in there.
So what did you have there instead of the witch?
So originally I had this tree right there, and then I didn't have anything else over here with the cat and the stones.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
I
I
just
love it.
moved the tree and then put a witch there. And she complements the skeleton really well.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
perfect.
yeah.
I absolutely love it. And I love the spider web and the spider, the moon, the colors of the houses, the colors of the pumpkins, the witch and the broom. The witch's hair is fantastic, and the broom, I love that.
They're
Like
satin
Jorden will do good close-ups for you to see it, but it is. I've seen it in person, and it is amazing.
I love how, because I did a spiral with the moon, and I love how the variegation turned out there. There are little orange speckles and sparkles all over because of the side. So that's not part of the pattern.
That
It's
yeah,
not
that
focusing.
spider web.
Yeah, the spider in the web, the dancing skeleton. I made him dancing, and I thought that was super cute.
Go close up on the witch.
She does have, and it's hard to see, there's a little French knot for her nose, but it's the same color as her skin, but it just is like a little bit lumpy.
So
like
it gives
a
that
witch's nose.
dimension.
Yeah.
And her hair and the broom are like satin stitch.
Mm-hmm.
And so just the way they look close up. And satin stitch is still very simple stitch. It's not a difficult thing, like
It's
not some
basically
fancy
just back
stitch.
stitching.
Yeah, it's so anyway,
Yeah.
not to scare anybody by that because it's very simple. If you can cross stitch, you can satin stitch.
Yeah. So there are a few French knots. Her nose, the cat's eyes, the ghost's eyes are French knots. I use colonial knots because I find them easier and more uniform. I've seen people also do beads, and like there are more options than just the knots if you are scared to do those. Jami has been for a long, long time. So
No, I've learned.
she's gotten better. Doing
I
this
even did one. I even did my French knot for my owl's eye.
It's an eagle, Mom.
Are you? Oh my gosh, the eagle. But for the eagle's eye, I did my French knot. I can do them.
Good job.
I might cuss, but I do it.
This was the first time that I've ever done the colonial knots without having to look up the video tutorial to follow along again. Like I've finally gotten to the point that I remember all the steps. But anyway, so this is up on my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description. If you start stitching it before we do a stitch along, it's hashtag Haunted Hill Road, which there are other posts on there because there's like a page on Instagram called Haunted Hill Road, and it's just a bunch of weird stuff. And so I blocked them so I don't see all of their stuff. So the only thing I see on that hashtag now is what I've posted.
Nice.
So that's an option, or just we'll flood the hashtag with all of our stuff, and then we won't be able to see theirs anymore.
Can I tell you right now, seeing the way you are holding that, and then Firework Lane and Haunted Hill Road, I love this series so much.
They are one stitch different. This is one stitch shorter. So I did cut it a little smaller though.
You can't tell really.
Yeah. So they're the same size. They switch out really well. So
it just looks so awesome.
I'm happy.
I'm excited.
This is my baby. I stayed up until I wasn't gonna stay up super late last night finishing it, but I knew all I had left was the tree and the cats and a couple bats. And so I was like, I'm just gonna stay up and finish it. And I got home from work and I don't remember why it took so long, but I ended up until about 2 finishing it. And I think it's because I'd work on it and it was like dark and quiet, and so I was getting kind of tired. And so then I would have to like look at my phone and like wake myself back up before I kept working on it. But I wanted to finish it last night. So I did.
I love it. You did such an amazing job. I've had fun watching it come to life because she has shared pictures with me. But seeing it done and finished and the whole thing, you did so well. So happy. Good job.
I also have haul.
After that, who cares? Why do you think I wanted to go first? Who cares? Just kidding.
Oh, my haul's big.
While you get your haul out, can I give a special request? So Shepherd's Bush, 123 Stitch, and I'm trying to think what other one I checked, have all been out of black coffee for like ever.
A long time.
Can y'all stop buying it so I can get some?
Or if you find some, let her know so she can buy some.
Yeah.
Because I was actually planning to use black coffee for Haunted Hill Road, but Shepherd's Bush didn't have any. And 123 Stitch didn't have any. And so I switched to a different color, which, I mean, it looks pretty much the same. It's just another floss that's about the same color. But yeah, they have been out, and I don't know if, like, they're not dyeing them and, like, making more or something, but, like, everywhere has been out.
I know, it's just frustrating. I'm on my way, your way, tomorrow, so I'm going to stop by Shepherd's Bush again and see if they have more, and I'll buy them out. Just kidding.
Okay. I got lots of sticky board.
Sticky board. Nice.
These are all the 16 by 24. Is that the size?
That's the ones from Joanne.
16 by 20. Yeah. I bought Joann's out of the big sticky board. I thought there was 3, and then I went to check out, and there were 4, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess if I have to. But yeah, that's all my haul is. I have more haul, but it's patterns from Etsy, and I don't have them printed off, so I'll show them next time we do a video.
Nice. I have no haul. I do have some stuff on pre-order. Like, it's been posted. It's from Nino Case Goodies, but they're not like, they've been shown, but they haven't been technically released. So I've pre-ordered stuff, but I don't have anything. I would have had black coffee if I could have got my hands on it.
I went to a bunch of stores today looking for finishing stuff, and my poor kids, by the time we got home, they were ready to be home. But we went into TJ Maxx to look at Ray Dunn, because how can you not? And they had the cookie jar that I want still, and I didn't buy it. And I'm really
the bigger one?
Not the bigger one. I don't think they make it in a bigger size. Like, I've tried looking it up, and I can only find the cookie jar in the smaller size. Also, the smaller size is $5 more than the big size, which is confusing. But, like, whatever.
You said they didn't make it in the big size, so how would it be more?
They had a flower one.
Oh, okay, like the canister. Okay.
Yeah. But I was looking at the smaller size, and I was like, well, I think this is probably, like, big enough to have cookies in. It's not like we need, like, a huge cookie jar. But,
right.
Yeah, so I might be going back. I do know what I'm going to do tonight after we're done.
What?
I have finishing that I'm going to do.
Did you bought stuff to do more finishing? I have so much finishing I need to do.
All I have is the sticky board. And then, like, batting. But I'll add
that
stuff.
Part.
I have Liberty that I want to finish, and we were going to finish kind of last week. But I have the jar sitting here, and I want to put Liberty on it because I finally got my stuff up, and I'm ready to, like, have it all done and ready before I have to take it down. And then I'm also going to finish Bless Our Home.
I didn't finish that.
I have the flag right here,
Yeah.
and I put it up, and I was like, oh, that's supposed to have more cross stitch on it. So
I actually finished that one last year. That's one I
Yeah.
have finished.
I finished it after I moved, and because I was working on it right after we moved, and I never put up my 4th of July stuff. So I just finished stitching it and put it in with all my other finishes, but not FFOs. So I'm going
Right.
to FFO it as well.
Nice. That'll be good.
I've had it sitting just in front of the flag.
That's actually one of my favorite finishes that I've done. And all I did is I had some blue fabric that had some silver stars on it, and I backgrounded it with that, and then I did that eyelet lace around the white around that, and it's just magneted onto the flag.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much what I'm doing for mine. But
I liked it. That's cute. Well, that's cool.
Those completely tonight. Not completely. I don't have like the ribbons and stuff for Liberty, but I'll get that eventually.
Fabrics.
But I can put it on the sticky board and put it on the tin and have it half finished off. Can HFOs be a thing? And
Okay.
or half finished object, that's what it is. And I'll just set it there to be cute for the next month.
Oh, hey, squeaky toy. He wants to play. That's awesome. Oh, hey. He's like, what's your problem? Okay. We need to buy some more of the gingham fabric.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. We have our
here.
You have what?
If people are still here watching.
We have our giveaway from last week, or from our last video, week and a half ago. Loki. He wants to play. So it was for. I was rolling on it. The Boxer Juniors. There's the autumn and winter. It's autumnation and winterize are the things, and I will probably be. I'll put it in a bag. Take it out of the containers because they're cracked and busted.
Your dog is loud.
I know, Loki. No toy. Come here. And before to ship them, but this one does have the buttons with it, and the buttons I'll send with it as well. So anyway, we'll get those out, and then the winner is
okay.
Oh, Patchy Pony Stitcher. And she said, so our question was if you were doing Jolly July, the stitch, with Fat Quarter Shop and Priscilla and Chelsea. And she said she wasn't. She had enough from Mania going that she didn't do the Jolly July. So, but Patchy Pony Stitcher. And Jorden will list the email, and I'll get it in the mail. I have a couple things I need to still get in the mail, and I think Jorden does as well.
Yeah.
But those will go out this week.
Hey, puppy.
Oh, he's cute. He's my cute baby.
And then we'll do a giveaway this week for a copy of Haunted Hill Road. I don't have a question.
Would you like one Halloween related, or would you like one stitching? Does it have to be stitchy? Does it have to be Halloween? Like, I can come up with a question.
Come up with a question.
What is your favorite costume you ever dressed up as? Even if it's back to when you was a child. Even if it was, if you don't dress up as an adult, what was your favorite costume you ever dressed up as? I know what my favorite one is. You dressed up as, and you actually won a prize.
Oh, that one? That was
Yeah.
really great.
That was awesome. It was the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. And
it was awesome.
It was like yeah. Maybe you'll have to find a picture and send it to me so that I can insert it in. Because you have
to find a photo. I'm gonna. Loki's just gonna
lick himself.
We're gonna hide that.
But that one was really cool.
Yeah.
And especially because I was what, like 10, 11, 12?
You would have been like 10 or 11 because it would have been 14 years ago. We were living with Grandma and Grandpa while we built our house.
That was the year Derek was Mr. Potato Head, right?
Was it?
Because it would have been, yeah. I was like 10 or 11-ish.
Yeah.
And
he was Buzz Lightyear, and Abby was from Incredibles, the girl.
Oh, Violet.
Yes. That's what they were.
But as like an 11-year-old, pretty much, I pretty much got to wear like a prom dress type dress, and I felt really cool. Plus, it was creepy, and I had spiders like stuck to me, and makeup and everything. And I won scariest costume. Was that what it was?
I can't remember. It was the best costume. Yeah, at a party that we went to.
I think it was scariest costume, which it definitely was in that crowd of people.
It was good. Yeah, no, people.
But it was really good. My other one that I think was my favorite, like that one was really cool, but also I was younger and memories are harder to remember back then. I think my favorite of mine was, I think it was my senior year of high school, and I was Alice.
I knew you was going to say that, but you were a good Alice.
Well, and I had red hair. I had dyed my hair red, and then I was right in the process of going back to blonde from red. And so we had bleached my hair like 9 times in like one day.
And it was a little exaggerated, but anyway.
I swear it was like 9. We had bleached.
You wouldn't have hair left if we did that.
Yeah, I barely had hair left.
But it was like super bleached blonde.
But it was like
platinum.
Bright, like platinum yellowy color because
because the yellow, we were still working to get the yellow out. But
it looked perfect for my costume because that's how blondes are in cartoons. It's just yellow hair. And everyone asked me, because I worked at McDonald's at the time and I had to work that night and we got to wear our costumes. But everyone who was coming in was like, "Is that a wig?" And I was like, "No, that's my hair." And I realize now that it probably would have been better if it had been a wig because my hair was kind of fried and was also a very unnatural shade of yellow. But I thought it was really cool at the time, and I have a thing for Alice in Wonderland. Speaking of, I need Bendy Stitchy's new pattern that's Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's one of my favorites of myself. My princess mermaid thing.
When she was like 4. Magical mermaid. Because she wanted a wand and a crown, but she also wanted to be a mermaid. So I'm like, whatever. Made her a mermaid and gave her a wand and a crown. And she was a magical mermaid. My favorite that I remember, I was an adult. I was married to your dad. And
is it the one that I'm hoping it is?
So my sister-in-law and her sister and the couples, they had a party and we were going to the party. And I didn't know what to dress up to be. And finally we decided we were going to be Al Borland and Heidi, the Tool Time girl. From Home Improvement, the TV show back in the day with, what's his name?
Tim Allen.
Yeah, him. And so if you know the show and you know Heidi, like she had boobs that I don't have. She had a chest on her. And so we we had made me like a little apron thing, and I had put painted on it tool time, and then I had this flannel shirt, and I borrowed a bra, and I stuffed that thing. It was so heavy. I had so many pairs of socks in there. I mean, and they were like massive, like exaggerated massive. And then flannel, and then I had the shorts and my hiking boots on, and then the apron thing that said tool time. And then your dad, he doesn't grow a ton of facial hair. He wouldn't let me say that. He does have a goatee. But he didn't have any facial hair at the time. And so I colored it all in so he'd have the beard and stuff like Al Borland, and then just dressed him up and had him the little tool belt type apron thing, you know, the one that just goes around the waist on, and made him wear flannel and whatever, you know, plaid and stuff. And that was fun. That's been a long time ago. I know I still have pictures. And then most recently, and this one maybe wasn't my favorite, but it was unique. For work, we were flip-flops. And so I was a foot. My head was the big toe. And then off of me, like I had built this thing, and I had sewn this whole thing, and it was I used sheet because it was just as cheap as buying the fabric, just to buy a sheet that was on clearance that was tan, and then made a hood thing, and then I had the toes, and I had an eye mask thing, so that was like the toenail, and they all had toenails, and then I had this thing flip-flop that I had cut out that was big and had straps, you know, and decorated it, of course. And then it went around me, like through where the toes are. And that was very hard to get in and out of. And I had to take it off to work. It was awkward. It was a thing. Yeah. So I was a foot. So we've already been talking about at work what our department is going to be this year. So anyway, we don't know yet.
Let us know what your favorite Halloween costume you've dressed up as
ever, even if it was a child. I mean, I remember some of mine as a kid. When I was in junior high, we always wanted to be a baby so that we could take a bottle to school and have soda pop in it. For some reason, that was cool.
And then we'll pick someone next week to win a copy of Haunted Hill Road.
And everyone, I mean, make your comments and let Jorden know how fabulous it is, because I'm so proud of her. Like, I love these patterns she's doing. She's putting together, like, she tells me her vision, like what her ideas are, and then she's designed them and then stitching them. So I get to go through the whole process with her, and it's fantastic. And from her description, it is exactly what it was going to be.
Yeah, it turned out exactly how I pictured it in my head.
Yeah.
I am going to put a comparison probably at the end of this video, and then probably like tomorrow on Instagram or something, of what it looks like now versus what my computer program like puts out as like what it's supposed to look like, so that people can see why I have to stitch it before I can release it, because
it's totally different.
It's completely different. So that'll be at the end of this video, and then probably on Instagram tomorrow too.
And if any of you local stitchers or even far away happen to be coming to the retreat in October, let us know, because I'd like to meet you.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Okay. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
You can find this and this, and all my other stuff on my Etsy shop, littlestitchgirl.etsy.com. And then I am on Instagram at JordenXStitch.
And I am on Instagram as JamiXStitch.
And Grandma is on Instagram at GrandmaXStitch. And if you go follow her, you can see her finish of Firework Lane. But we're going to try to get her on the next video. And then Janalyn is Weeza X Stitch, and she's making a lot of progress on Firework Lane.
Yes. Yep, she is. She's doing great. And another thing, I got to start figuring out a small to stitch for the retreat.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for joining us and following along with everything and sticking with us to see Jordan's fantastic pattern.
Yeah. Sorry I've teased it for so long. I get excited and I'm like, I want to show it, but I'll just show a little bit. And then I'm like, oh, I'm kind of being a tease. What?
I love it.
So now I'm not teasing anything. Except I have more ideas in my head that I'll be coming up with.
And I think it's already listed on the shop. So even when the video's up, it's already there.
Yep, there will be a direct link to it in the description box. My Etsy bio right now is a direct link to, or my Instagram bio right now has a direct link to it. Or you can just go to littlestitchgirl.etsy.com and it's one of the top patterns there.
Nice. Okay.
Have a great week, or maybe a little longer than a week. And we'll
because it'll probably the following weekend. Okay.
Bye. Happy stitching.